Three men corner a CEO in a schoolyard, and no one dares to move. But just when the world looked away, a single dad janitor, armed only with a mop, stepped forward. And in that moment, everything changed. The schoolyard was alive with noise only minutes before. Children laughing, shoes clattering on pavement, voices echoing against the brick walls. But now, silence. A heavy silence, like the air itself had stopped breathing. Three men stood over a fallen figure. A CEO's sharp suit ripped, tie hanging loose, glasses cracked against the ground. His hands shook as he tried to rise, but each attempt was met with shoves that drove him back down. Their laughter was cruel, echoing in the space like thunder-dot teachers stood frozen at the edges. Parents whispered. Students peeked nervously from windows. Everyone saw. No one acted, but in the shadows, a man with a mop cart stopped pushing. His name was Marcus. Marcus was no stranger to silence. He had lived with it all his life. The silence of being overlooked, the silence of swallowing pain, the silence of long nights when the world forgot men like him even existed. A single father, he worked shifts that bent his back and roughened. His hands all for his daughter, Lily. She was the center of his world. The reason he woke before dawn, the reason he scrubbed floors when others slept. Years ago, tragedy had struck, his wife gone too soon, leaving Marcus with a baby and bills heavier than his chest could bear. Dreams of a career, of something greater, had been traded for survival. He endured the stares, the whispers, just a janitor. But his silence was not weakness. It was patience, and on that day, his silence broke. The three attackers sneered over the CEO. Where's your power now, big man? One spat. Another laughed, kicking dust onto the CEO's face. The crowd flinched, but no one moved closer. Fear chained them to the ground. Marcus's fingers curled around the wooden handle of his mop. His heart pounded, but not with fear. With resolve. He remembered Lily asking him once, Daddy, are heroes real? And he had answered softly, sometimes. They're the people no one notices. He stepped forward. The crowd gasped, a ripple of disbelief spreading through the air. The janitor? What could he do? Marcus walked with steady steps, the mop balanced upright like a staff. His eyes never left the attackers. Calm, unshakable, his silence louder than any shout. The men turned on him, sneering. Back off, old man. One warned. Another laughed. What are you going to do? Clean us up? Marcus didn't answer. He planted the mop on the ground firmly, like a soldier planting a flag. His gaze was iron dot, the moment stretched, taut as a rope ready to snap. Then the first man lunged. Marcus moved with a precision born not of violence, but of years of labor, sweeping floors, scrubbing walls, balancing weight. He twisted, swept the mop low, and in one swift motion, the attacker's legs buckled. He crashed to the ground with a groan. Gasps erupted from the crowd. The second attacker roared and charged. Marcus pivoted, the mop spinning in his grip. It struck like a shield, redirecting the man's force and sending him stumbling into a fence. Third hesitated. His confidence cracked, his eyes flicking between his fallen friends and the janitor who stood steady, breathing calmly. The mop was not a weapon, but in Marcus's hands it was something greater, a symbol that dignity, when armed with courage, could topple arrogance. The attackers scrambled back, their bravado shattered, their laughter silenced. The crowd, stunned in the stillness, began to stir. Teachers clapped, students cheered. Even parents, who had once looked past Marcus, now stared in awe. The CEO, battered and bruised, pulled himself up. Tears welled in his eyes as he whispered, Thank you. Marcus turned to the children watching, their eyes wide, their world forever changed by what they had seen. And then he spoke, his voice steady, quiet, but carrying farther than any shout. Heroes don't always wear suits. Sometimes they carry mops. The words sank into the silence. Unforgettable. Asterisk that day, the janitor became more than a man with a uniform. He became proof that strength is not wealth, nor title, nor fists. It is love. It is dignity. It is the courage to step forward when everyone else steps back. And as Marcus walked away, mop in hand, his daughter Lily watched from the crowd with tears in her eyes. For the first time, she saw her father not just as her hero, but as the hero the whole world finally recognized. Heroes walk quietly among us, unseen until the moment they're needed most. Marcus's story reminds us that courage is not loud, not boastful, not clothed in riches. It lives in ordinary hands, waiting for the day silence must be broken. What about you? Have you ever seen an ordinary person rise to do something extraordinary? Share your story in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more cinematic tales of hidden heroes.